unexpected live. I'm just waiting for people to join. This is going to be an all signs tarot reading. Ah, love that, Aquarius. That's my card. We're going to be doing a little bit of scrying and channeling as well, as I've recently felt called to switch it up. What Spirit says, I will do. And so it will be, right? Curious if we're going to have any people from the last scrying live. Let me know what you thought of that and if anything resonated in that. Because I definitely saw it happening around me with recent news and the Kazimis, and wow, you guys. Wow. It's only the beginning is all I'm gonna say. Like, damn, Saturn and Aries. I feel bad for my Aries people. You're gonna, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be tough for all of you. I think that you gotta take some duality with Saturn and Aries, good and the bad. But man, if you really hone in on this energy, fire signs, especially Aries, you can reach some great ass heights. Let me just say that. Don't let Saturn kick your ass, okay? Don't lean into any escapism, self-sabotaging behavior, illusions, deceptive lies, illusions, deceit. What else can I say? You get the gist, right? Don't do it. Or Saturn is going to come in and let you know what's up. You know, they refer to Saturn as like daddy. He's like, is he big D energy? No, I would consider that like a different, that's like a Greek mythology reference, but I can't remember who it is. If you guys know, let me know, because it is like a common thing we say when we talk this kind of stuff. Let me know if you're speaking my lingo. I mean, honestly, you guys, I feel like a lot of the readers I see on YouTube, they do not even touch the magic of tarot. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much that goes into it, you guys. Astrology, numerology, symbolism. You can, like, straight up dig into, like, you can pull cards all day, like, all kinds of things. It's if you're asking the right questions. And I do have an Instagram post on that. I think I have like a series, and I might do another one actually. And I made a PDF that I can send to people for free if you're interested, on how to frame your questions properly, you guys. And I thought about this a lot when I transitioned to YouTube, because like I said, a lot of readers don't really touch on the magic of what tarot is and how you can really utilize it to better your life, and not so much as an addiction. Anyone have a tarot addiction here? Like, let me know. Can we talk about it? Because I think a lot of people are using tarot and metaphysics. And, you know, I don't want to shit on the industry, because it's only going to grow from here, right? But there's shadow and corruption in every industry. But as this continues to grow, we're going to see more frauds and scams. I've even had a couple clients that found me on TikTok that got scammed on there, and they were like concerned if I was, you know, a real reader. And I was like, I have nothing to hide. Like, this is why, you know, I have paid readings. I do personal readings. But if I do feel called to give a free reading, I will. And then I do lives. So people get free content from me all the time. But what I do is really an energy exchange. It is a service. It does deplete me. It's work just like anything else. And they are skills and knowledge and wisdom that I built up over time. And honestly, I talk about this a lot, you guys, but I utilize shadow work through my own personal journey, but also with my clients, even if they're not in the coaching program. Because this is just like the principle and moral that I live by. And this isn't just like I'm a reader. It's really a lifestyle for me personally. And that's kind of how I feel I'm different from what you might see out there with the other YouTube tarot readers. Now there are a few that are my favorites that I watch consistently, but I'm very picky, you guys. But I have a lot of subscriptions, just because obviously it's my competition, obviously. And I do make friends online. It's kind of just always been my thing. Apparently it comes from a past life, but anyway. How I found my tarot mentor was actually from YouTube. Some people on my network also came from Miriam's network. So let me know if you're here. Her name was Miriam from Point Your Compass. And I wanted to mention that also because she recently merged with Heather, who is from also Miriam's network. But Heather decided to branch out and create her own YouTube channel. We've also talked about, like, I would say it's more her and Heather, but I do like backstage stuff and help out, where they have an astrology podcast. I don't know if they're going to change the name, but for as of now, it's called the Real World Astrology Podcast. I believe that's what it's called. I should remember I made the logo. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Allie. I am also an artist, a creator, entrepreneur, and an intuitive reader for the past 5 years. I also work part-time in housing. I do have some about me videos if you're kind of curious of like my background, where the heck I came from. I just popped up on your algorithm on YouTube. But I have been on YouTube since 2023 doing shorts. So I focused more on that, and kind of wanted to see my consistency and my discipline. Like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be all in, because that's the person that I am. And so after about a year of doing that, when 2025 started, I did my first live stream, and I was like, well, we're in it, and we're in it to win it, right? So do we have any, we're in Gemini season, so we're going to start on Gemini. And man, I never remember to bring my paper and pen. Hold on a second. 1 second. You guys just heard me go on a rant. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Nevea. Average gamer 10. My eyes aren't the greatest, you guys. It's about 2 feet away from me, 3 feet away from me. It's honestly because I always have my phone like this, like so close. It's probably what it is. So let's see, we're at 8:10. Okay, good. I didn't ramble for too long. 8:15, Gemini. All right. You're feeling called to scry first. Show me Gemini. Gemini for month of June. Bushes, trees, bells, and leaves. That's very specific, and I don't know why they go together. You always knew. Whatever that means to you, Gemini. Maybe you recently came across some newfound information or knowledge. But apparently, you always knew. Okay, we're going to get into the cards, or we're going to be here all day, you guys. We're using the Gummy Bear Tarot. Oh, the Empress. I love that. Some backstory to this deck before we get into Gemini's reading. This deck is my travel deck, and I got it at a local crystal shop. And I was homeless at the time, and so I needed something to throw in my bag, right? This has lived through my travels, you guys. And I did have the Rider-Waite also on my journey, and that is so beat up But I feel like I gotta keep it forever because it was technically my first deck after my spiritual awakening, right? Hey, Jazz! Good to see you here. Show me Gemini for the month of June. The Wheel of Fortune. The Two of Wands. Okay, they just gave me a chunk. Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Five of Swords, Two of Swords, the Emperor, Five of Cups, Ace of Swords. Okay, that's a lot. Aren't they cute? They just make tarot a lot more fun. You know what I'm saying? And I still feel like I kind of get a lot out of it. Gemini, you're going to have a choice. I'm getting different storylines. So there might be different Geminis out there. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Take what resonates, right? For some of you got proposed. Some of you might be entering a higher level of commitment with someone. If it's not that, you could possibly be getting clear communication with someone that you haven't seen in a long time. Could be a close friend. It could also be a friend group. I do see travels going on. But it feels more like let's look. Like you're looking at Airbnb ads kind of thing in the middle of the night. And you're kind of like, maybe this, maybe that. Two of Pentacles here. Oh, maybe you're even looking at like event venues. That's specific. For other Geminis, I feel like you might have found out that there was someone else in your life that was committed and you didn't know about it, or you might have found some kind of legal public record. So those are very different storylines. And I'm a Gemini rising, and I feel like I can relate to that. So I'm like, what? Can both be true? Can both be true? And hopefully whatever you find isn't like awful. But the Emperor is here, and that represents a divine masculine. So, big decisions, basically. That's what the Emperor represents. He makes decisions not just for himself, but for the rest of the household, right? He's the king of all the kings. Some of the decisions that you might be making might have to do with avoiding grief. I don't know what that is, or avoiding disappointment. Maybe you're moving family members around, or there might be like siblings, blended family, that kind of thing. If you're trying to get pregnant, you definitely will get pregnant. If you're not, be careful. Just FYI, because the Empress and the Sun is here. But also, if that's not your storyline, this could just be a very abundant creative energy. And if you want to maintain that, keep staying in yin energy. I was actually doing some research last night on like, what necessarily does that mean? Because, I mean, the Empress, you know, on the positive side, she's laid back and chill, and she's open to receive, and she knows that law of attraction, right? Abundance is always flowing to you. But she also knows how to nurture it and create, right? So it's not like lazy, but the shadow side in reverse can be lazy, right? Possessive, controlling, codependent, that kind of vibe. I don't know what I was trying to get at with that, honestly. But I mean, like, there was a point they were trying to make there. So, I'll leave it at that. Where are we at? 14? Okay. Let's do Aquarius. Okay. Show me Aquarius for the month of June. I saw sails, 2 sailboats. A cargo ship. Bridges. And then I heard, all these roads lead me back to you. Okay, is that a love message, Aquarius? I saw a blue and green fish. And then they're saying beta fish. Isn't there like a rare, why am I saying rare? It's not a rare fact. What was I wanting to say? This is the fun part about channeling, is like you're going to see a lot of ADHD behavior. And I honestly kind of feel like when COVID happened and I just got like a wave of like psychic gifts, that clairvoyant, clairsentient stuff like just hit me full throttle. But it was something I always had, but it was just like heightened. And I felt like my ADHD, due to like being quarantined, had something to do with my channeling. So I don't know what that's about. Let me know if like, are there any readers and psychics here that can relate to that? Because I'm like, I don't know if that's for everyone, you know, because it's like a real medical diagnosis and like a real thing. But I found it to also be a strength and a gift in what I do. Just saying. Back to the beta fish thing. Isn't there like some kind of fact where they say if you put two like male betas, or is it female betas, in a tank, that they'll like fight each other to the death? So I don't know why they're giving me that message. Do you have like two aggressive males around you, Aquarius? What is that about? Okay, let's get into the cards. Show me Aquarius for the month of June. The Empress. Well, that's a good sign. The Hermit. The Moon. Ace of Cups. The Three of Swords. Well, that just escalated. The Sun. Page of Swords. The Fool. So, Aquarius, it's interesting because on the surface you feel like nothing's going on, but subconsciously you feel energetic shifts. You might even feel that it's tied to a specific person. I don't think you're wrong. Whoever this person is to you, I think they're in hermit mode, trying to take care of themselves. It seems to be a spiritual lesson. So if you guys are in separation with the Three of Swords here, I feel like it is necessary. You don't want to invade on other people's spiritual lesson, you guys. Can we say that? Like when you guys are coming for readings and you're watching Tarot Lives and you're like watching those no contact videos or whatever, keep in mind you don't want to invade in people's karma. Okay? Take it from me. Take it from me, who's invaded on people's karma. And oh my God, I can give you so many stories on how it bit me in the ass. God told me, get out of the way. Get out of the way of people's shit, okay? Let them do what they need to do and learn what they need to learn. Otherwise, you could be basically collateral damage to someone else's lesson. You know what I'm saying? Let them learn from someone else. Unless you want to be a tool for someone's catalyst to growth, which I've also been, and that can be great to an extent. Like, you really got to discern your limits and your boundaries when dealing with people, you guys. And we're all growing and evolving. Let's just say that. We're not better than each other at all. We're on different paths, and we're always going like this. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean you need to immerse yourself and involve people that like are toxic, dysfunctional, confusing, causing you grief or whatever issues. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind while you're watching my channel, because like, take these readings with a grain of salt. I mean, I use readings to coach people, and it does like kind of immerse into their love life. I mean, what is life without love? I mean, I know people like go on YouTube readings and they're like, why is it always about love and not life and career? But let's be real, life is love. What is life without love? Okay. Even if it's love for your career, you found that passion somewhere through some kind of heart that you have through our 10 beings of we apparently think we're robots these days and don't have feelings, and I could go on about this forever. Apparently this is part of your message, Aquarius, whatever this is. You might have got a reading about this person and then via you, but I feel like with the moon here, there's a lot unseen and it's on purpose. So although you guys can kind of energetically pick up on each other and there's love here, I just think before there's communication or a new beginning, there's other things that kind of need to be dealt with first. And you also need more information before you make a decision. And I feel like this person does too. There's also things that might not have anything to do with you or each other, you know, individual paths, right? Now the Two of Cups is here. So in conclusion, Aquarius, I think the biggest thing that you're going to be focusing on in the month of June is, I'm hearing romanticizing your life, which I think is hilarious because that's also something that I've been doing. Romanticizing your life with the Knight of Cups, feeling good on your own, like noticing when you feel discontent and bored, and intuitively listening to that feeling and doing something about it. And it actually might benefit you with something that you do with work. You might also be intuitive in some way. If it's not that, you might be some kind of like nurture, like a nurse, or some kind of caretaker role. Very water energy, right? Nine of Pentacles here with the Seven of Pentacles. There's something about this person, like, it's weird. They're saying the separation is for a purpose. Whoever this person is to you, because they haven't seen you in the correct light, because you haven't been free. And so therefore your energy hasn't been at the Nine of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? And so this person hasn't walked away from you energetically or emotionally. So there's still like something there. But I don't think it would have mattered back then, like even if they made the choice that you wanted, because you weren't at the Nine of Pentacles. So it wouldn't have been successful, and they wouldn't have seen you for who you really are. Aquarius is free, right? What's an Aquarius that's not free? That sounds like a miserable life to me. Okay, 2340. Libra. Show me Libra for the month of June. Okay, I heard there's a snake in my boot. Well, I don't like that. My throat chakra is blocking, so you might have something important to say, Libra. Or you want to say something. You want to have some kind of conversation. All they're giving me is Toy Story references. I keep seeing like Woody and like all the like things that he would say. Okay. Okay. The last thing that I got was, remember, is it Andy? Andy from Toy Story? The kid in the movie with all the toys. Remember that part where I think it's a dream of Woody's where Andy looks at him and he goes, "I don't want to play with you anymore." That's what I got. That was probably one of the most funny channelings I've ever had. I don't know what that's about, Libra. Show me Libra. Let's get into the cards because make it make sense. Oh, okay. So we got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Seven Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, with the Eight of Swords upright, the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Magician, the Chariot, the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, two storylines, Libra. Either someone doesn't want to be your plaything anymore, or vice versa. Okay, take what resonates. I do feel like there's too many people involved in whatever this is. This might be a group thing. This might be like a coworker, work environment type of situation. Something's not working cohesively. Let's just say that. Now, I feel like at some point you could have had a lot of fun with this person. Maybe you took a trip together. Maybe cars seem significant. So I don't know what that means. Traveled together, you work on cars together. Something about cars. I see a significant financial loss and time. I don't know what that is. The Magician here has got me feeling a little funky. You know, normally this is like a positive card, but with the surrounding cards that reverse, I would say something is weird. Is weird. I wanted to say something else, and I think that's kind of the reaction that you're going to have, Libra. It's going to be a WTF moment with whatever knowledge. I'm hearing paperwork. I don't know, you're going to come across some kind of information that's going to like really break through the BS is what I'm seeing. And I think it's because you felt like something was off intuitively, and I think you're going to listen to that. I actually don't think you were looking for this information. I think it might have came to you. Could have been through another romantic partner or someone that has feelings for you or something like that. There's some kind of emotional something. Now, whatever this information is, either it changed your view of a person or someone found information on you and it changed their view on you. There's going to be a conversation about this, though, whatever this is. This feels very much like a workplace situation. Doesn't have to be, though. You might abruptly just go off and go on an adventure or do something new, or just like I'm seeing like a picture of like someone driving down a road and then passing by something and it catching their eye and them suddenly making a very fast turn and then pulling in to go check out whatever that is. Page of Wands, right? Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, whatever you find, this feels like a little side quest venture. So you're like going towards something and then you're going to see something that catches your eye. It's going to pique your interest. You're going to learn from whatever this is and it's going to elevate you to the King of Wands. It's pretty good. I mean, you're jumping from a page to a king. There's no knight here, right? Well, I mean, we got another page, but he's a pentacle. And it's substantial, practical. That means you're learning something, something that can grow, right? Ooh, this could be another work opportunity. So you might be scared of leaving a job or a position or even a home situation. But the universe is giving you a little gifty. Just make sure that you notice it. Okay, you gotta stop there, or we're gonna be here forever. Let's see. Who should we do? Let's do fire signs. Aries, 30, 55. Okay, 1 second. Show me Aries for the month of June. Automatically red dragon. That was fast, Aries. Energy is going to be moving very quick for you. I'm seeing things like aromatherapy, acupuncture. I'm also seeing a doctor in a white robe. I'm also seeing graphs, like graph charts. So you might be analyzing something, studying something. It showed me a bubble fish. You know those fishes with spikes on it and they go and they pop? Confirmation? What was it? Was it the bubble fish? Because that one was weird. Jazz is an Aries. Oh my. Gee, I hope that is me getting accepted into med school, Lord. Ooh, I hope so too. Congratulations in advance because law of attraction, right? Law of assumption. Manifest that and let it be so. I'm also seeing like just bubbles, like water bubbles. It kind of feels like lab bubbles, you know what I'm saying? And then they're giving me Dexter's Laboratory. Do you guys remember that show? Oh my god, I love that show. I was a big like cartoon geek. Cartoon Network specifically. You're on the wait list so close. Ooh! Crossing fingers, send Jazz good energy. Okay, let's get into the cards for Aries. Show me Aries for the month of June. Aries, month of June. Justice. Like that. Death. The Lovers. Major Arcana. Dang. Eight of Pentacles. Wow, okay. The Sun. That's been coming out a lot lately. Is it the Kazemi? Two of Pentacles. The High Priestess. Seven of Wands. Nine of Cups. Six of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Four of Swords. 4. 4, 7, 9s are significant. I don't know why they want to point that out, but as I'm saying that, there's 4 at the top of my thing. What do you call that? 4 people in the room, 4 likes. Please like, share, and subscribe because it helps boost the algorithm so people can find me and they can get their messages. And honestly, when you guys like are on the lives, it does help me tap into your energy. I think so. That's what I've noticed. If you want to be part of the Aries collective to get messages. 4, 5, 6. Okay, I heard ain't nothing but the money, honey. Is that a song? Is that a saying? I don't know why they like said it like that, but it sounded like it came from somewhere. I don't know. Is it a movie? Ain't nothing but the money, honey. If you're worried about money, like, because I see a contract in the future, I see something legal, and I see things working out for you. And then we got the Four of Pentacles holding back. And then we got the Two of Pentacles feeling kind of off, unstable, unbalanced, feeling like you're kind of being pulled back and forth. You're going through a pretty intense transformation, and you're doing pretty dang well. You're doing pretty dang well. However, I think the biggest blocks are, I don't know what this is. They're two different storylines. So I have like one set of Aries where you need more friends. Then I got another Aries where your current friends that you have, no bueno. Like you need to get a new set of friends because they're actually not getting you to where you need to go. So if people are falling out of your life, I would let it because, I don't know, they're just not on the path. Also a very specific message. If you were looking into like a grant, loan, federal funding, where is the money coming from? Okay, slow down. Wait a second. You might be getting hot flashes, Aries, from stressing yourself out about this. I don't know what this is. It's like you think you don't have enough to achieve whatever this is. So, long story short, you will. You're going to have a little bit here, and then you're going to get a little bit here, and then you'll be here. So everything's going to work out. I think you're just tripping, dude. Because like you're feeling shorted on something, or something is like a smaller amount than you expected. However, I think it actually is more beneficial for you for it to come through another source. Whatever that means. They're saying if you're experiencing going after something, you're thinking of the resistance as you need to be more persistent, right? And, you know, sometimes that does happen. But I think this one is a lesson on resistance means that door is closed. So stop going there. And then the High Priestess here is listen to your intuition to lead you into another direction that will provide a solution to whatever this is. Very interesting. Okay, that's what I got for you, Aries. 3832. Leo. Oh yeah, that's right, June 4th. I'm curious about the 6-6 portal. That's a significant one for my family. Family of 6. My parents' anniversary. I remember my mom telling me these things when I was younger, and I just like didn't. And back then, like my mom didn't say synchronicities. That wasn't really a word that was thrown around at all. She was just like, oh, repeating numbers. I find it interesting now. Okay, now we gave that a little shuffle. That was pretty intense. Show me Leo for the month of June. Okay, I saw pink Crocs. I'm personally not a fan of Crocs, but to each their own. Okay, the pink Crocs turned into a pink dolphin. Did you know that pink dolphins actually exist, you guys? They're actually pretty cool. I had a dream about it once. It was a trip. Show me Leo for the month of June. I saw skewers for barbecue. That sounds good. Show me Leo. What's going on for Leo in the month of June? I'm also singing like string lights. Did I say singing? I'm also getting karaoke. Interesting. Sounds like a good vibe, Leo. Okay, let's dig into the cards. Show me Leo for the month of June. Show me Leo for the month of June. Queen of Wands. Nine of Cups. Six of Cups. King of Swords. Death. Tell me more. Tell me more for Leo in the month of June. Four of Wands. The Magician. Four of Cups. The Hermit. The Page of Cups. Okay, specific message. Leo, if you've had a kid recently, it might be good to get a little doctor checkup. Make sure you're paying attention to your appointments and your checkups. If you're noticing something, I don't want to say that. Take what resonates, you guys. If you notice something off with your little one, don't ignore it, okay? The Four of Cups here, I'm like feeling a frustration because I feel like it's something that you're noticing but other people aren't picking up on. But I think you're gonna find the answers. Just make sure that like you're getting real professional opinions because you might be like asking friends and family about this. And I think it's just preventing you from taking any action to find a real solution. Does that make sense? Because there's just too much opinions and talking. There might be like someone around you that they care a lot, but I feel like their feelings rub off too much on you and they emotionally overwhelm you. So whoever this water sign person is, but doesn't have to be, she's a little much, isn't she? But I mean, it looks like everything's fine. I would just like make sure you're doing your due diligence and taking care of yourself, your little ones, making sure you're good on your appointments. Don't put it off. I also see celebration and travel plans. But there might be a little bit of delays. 8, 9, 10. There might be delays, Leo. So I'm hearing family obligations. So you might have to tell people to kind of back off so that you're not overwhelmed and doing what everybody else wants you to do. Like say you're a new parent and you're just like learning family boundaries and what your capacity and your limits are. And those will always change, obviously, but you know, especially with like a newborn, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that situation go on for the month of June. Be stingy with your time so that you don't feel depleted because I do think Gemini season is going to be very quick energy for you. Don't be afraid to slow down even though things are moving fast around you is what they're saying. Did I say Gemini? Oh, it's Gemini season. We were on Leo? We're on Leo, right? Okay. Confusing myself. Sagittarius, 4511. Saggy. Are you guys okay if I take like a 30-second intermission real quick? I gotta stretch, move my body, vape, you know what I'm saying? Although, I do plan to quit again, you guys. Oh my gosh. I actually didn't say anything when I started the video, but my body's all tense because I was sitting getting this done. And so I'm adding a little bit more. Gonna do patchwork. My girl Liz is amazing, you guys. She's amazing. No, I did say that in the beginning of the video, didn't I? I mentioned something. I don't think I showed it, though. I'll have to rewrite Sag, because that's not fair. 46, 41. If you are new here, hi, my name is Allie. I'm a reader and an intuitive coach. We're doing June tarot readings, all signs, with a little bit of scrying for funsies. So show me Sag, month of June. That Gemini energy, you guys, it has me like thinking way more faster than I can talk. It always happens to me. Make it stop. I'm gonna have to like double on the meditation. Show me Sagittarius, month of June. I got like a big whiff of bonfire smoke. I love bonfires. Oh, what is that called? There are these very colorful flags. They're supposed to represent something spiritual. I forget what culture it is though. They're like really beautiful yellow, red, blue, green, just a bunch of different like correlations. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know because I can't for the life of me remember. But I have a tarot deck where sometimes I get that card and that's I can't even remember what the card is. It's like a metaphor. Okay, getting off of that, show me Sag, month of June. I saw a pina colada, a pineapple. Show me Sag for the month of June. What is that? Okay, I saw a yellow duck. But it was like a cartoon yellow duck. Show me Sag for the month of June. I'm also smelling baby oil. Don't tan with baby oil, you guys. It's not good. My mom used to do that. I've done it. I've burned also. I also saw a sunburn, so that's funny. Make sure you're wearing your sunscreen and also make sure that your sunscreen doesn't have harmful ingredients or synthetics. Now they're making me say this, okay? So I guess the collective is going to get a lecture and maybe this resonates with you, Sag. So I I've been doing this for about a year. Has it been a year yet? Maybe. And it got brought up to a conversation I was having with my friend Asaph. And he is vegan. I think he considers himself vegetarian now because he says he likes chocolate. But basically, he has a pretty strict diet with his own beliefs. And when I was looking into eliminating things from my diet, trying to figure out why my body was feeling and reacting a certain way, he recommended that I use the Yuka app to scan my food, including my products. So my skincare products, hair products, including like what my kid uses. We also have like skin irritation, psoriasis, eczema, those kind of things that are hard to find over the counter ingredients. But I usually lean towards holistic health anyway. So I was like, well, I might as well just make it a whole lifestyle at this point. Go full on herbal witch. Makes sense, right? And so, gosh, you guys, when I started using that app, the amount of things in my pantry, I was just like, pretty much everything needs to go. It was devastating. And then this can go into a topic for a later date on the corrupt food industry. So I guess apparently, Sag, maybe check out that app and scan your food. There might be something that's harming you. It kind of feels like we haven't even pulled the tarot yet, but I'm still channeling. But I'm getting like the moon card. There's something affecting you mentally. And say like you drink occasionally, you might like realize you're more sensitive to alcohol because there's actually changes going on with your body and there's something that you need to acknowledge. Man, it's just flowing. I honestly kind of blame this. Anytime I wear this bracelet, it just like flows, I swear. We got the Hierophant here, so yeah. Living by a certain lifestyle or principle is being highlighted for you, Sag. Also, commitment. This could be with another person, but this has more to do with yourself. And they're also saying that, like, if you've been looking for love, you might have been looking at it in the wrong places. And, okay, slow down. How do I even word that? Your path, Sag, has not so much to do with being a commitment or loving another person for whatever reason. That's put on a pause so that you can untangle whatever this is, because you wouldn't be paying attention to it if there was another person in your life. You might just be like one of those kind of people where you're in a relationship and it's distracting, and then you kind of their habits like rub off on you, that kind of vibe. And so with that being said, they're also saying that your manifestations when it comes to getting a long-term commitment and partner are contradicting. And so there's also a thing about like healing something in you to where the person that's your type is not supposed to be the person that you end up with. And the person that you end up with is actually people that you don't... I'm hearing so much room for activities. Like, I don't know, maybe they're not as fun. Maybe like you wouldn't know like what you would like to do with them. I don't know. But and then they're saying that there's something about something that you love to do is changing. And apparently if you go in that direction, it's going to lead you to the person, which is not uncommon in a lot of the personal love readings that I've been getting lately, to be honest, like operating off the vibration of joy. That'll bring you closer to the love of your life sooner than you might realize. Just focus on that. But yeah, apparently that health thing, scan your foods, scan your products. That actually might keep you occupied for a while, Sag. And Oh, dang. Ooh. I'm like digging into the cards. It gets better. It gets better. So you might actually end up moving at some point, Sag. And I think you're envisioning something with a person, like a specific person. I think what ends up happening is that person is like, I don't know, something about the situation triggers you to go into a different direction, which ends up leading you towards the one anyway. So, like, not all is lost, Sag. Try not to focus too much on the outcome and just enjoy the journey, you know? Enjoy it. All right, moving along. 55, 55. Like that. So we did air signs, fire signs. Let's do Capricorn, earth signs. If you're in here, what's your sign? Shadowy optimism. What you say is honestly a hit or miss. Tread lightly. Okay, Capricorn for the month of June. Excuse me. Show me Capricorn for the month of June. Okay. There's something going on with your stomach. So actually that was like a body response channeling. Okay. There's also something going on with your solar plexus, Capricorn. So your solar plexus have a lot to do with your inner power, your confidence. And it feels like someone taking your power away. I'm seeing like a rope being pulled, and it's weird. I don't know how to describe it. And the vision that I'm getting, it's like I see someone's hands holding the rope, and the rope is getting pulled into a dark tunnel. But you're in the light. But someone's trying to lead you towards the dark. And I'm also getting like I'm hearing that you think they're helping, but they're not. Okay, I'm going to get off of that. Let's get into the cards. What's going on with Capricorn? Show me Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the month of June. Show me Capricorn. The Hanged Man. Oh, you're definitely going to be seeing something differently. You're going to be seeing someone differently, I think. Queen of Cups. Is that the person? The Star? The Fool? The King of Wands? Five of Pentacles? The Chariot? A Ten of Cups. Okay, interesting, Capricorn. So I got two different messages. So that vision I got with the rope and someone pulling you into the darkness, that's like one side of your life. You got another person that's actually trying to pull you towards the light. And I actually think they see right through whatever is going on. You might not even be talking to this person right now, although you might want to. You guys might be at a distance at this time, but you're both definitely feeling each other's absence. Both wanting healing and a new beginning. Yet the Hanged Man is here, so the universe has put you on a necessary pause. It is my least favorite card. It looks like, Capricorn, whatever you're dealing with the person that's pulling you towards the darkness, I do think you need professional advice on how to resolve the situation, because it could be affecting your money, business, and family, and harmony, emotional well-being. This person is toxic. Yeah. And if you don't close the cycle out, you might be collateral damage to whatever this is. You might notice that I'm hearing anger management. It might be like you might be getting like reactive abuse by dealing with this person. Like you might be like really antsy, hasty, really just harsh with other people around you just because of this person. And it has something to do with you being played really bad and losing in some way, and it's affecting your health. And you might not realize like how much it's skewing your perception on other people who actually care and love you, just because you're connected to this person, dealing with this person. Now, I feel like there's something here where like this feels really complicated. This feels messy, Capricorn, whatever this is. Like whether it's like a roommate situation, sibling, family. But I'm also getting like maybe an ex-lover or someone that you're friends with that you used to sleep with. It feels like that kind of BS. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you got yourself involved in, but you can get yourself out. I just think you might not realize how much this has affected you long term. And that's pretty common, right? Like when a toxic person is around us for so long, it becomes your new normal. And you really don't see a difference until you have other people around you more consistently. And I mean, I think no contact is the best way. If it depends kind of how deep you are in it. For me, it was completely necessary, but it took me years to accept that. And I had to go through it in shifts with like different people. Like how much do I limit my contact with this person? For some people, it was completely for the rest of my life. For others, it was just like, okay, I need a limit once a week to once a month to once a season. It depends, depending like, how involved your extended family is with your kids. There's a lot of moving parts, right? But I feel like specifically there's a Capricorn out there where it might be an ex-lover messy situation. Like I see an investment into something and then romantically something not working out, but still trying to get something out of whatever this is because you really want to win, because you feel like if you resist pushing through at the end of this that you're going to lose more. But I think the universe is actually blocking you because what you're supposed to do is let go. And then you're Capricorn, what is going on? You might be like resisting like physically moving. And yet that the universe is like trying to get you to move. I don't know. And there's something about, wow. Okay, another message from, what sign was that? Does anyone remember? I had a message about your manifestations contradicting each other. I'm getting that here also. So you got like something toxic going on, some kind of investment with another person that you're supposed to walk away from in order to go in a different direction that's going to require you to physically move, because you have a manifestation here and you're resisting this move, not knowing that this is literally what you manifested. You just like, I feel like you might have a control issue here, to be honest. And I do see like emotional manipulation going on, a little bit of emotional immaturity. You might need to either have someone speak for you or I'm hearing redirect the conversation, but I don't really feel like it's that. You need to rephrase something that you're saying. You need to say it in a different way. Whatever you're expressing is not getting through to someone. I don't know. That was really intense for Capricorn. We got to move on. 65. Virgo. Show me Capricorn. Sun, no, Virgo. Show me Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Month of June. Okay, they want me to say it. I got an image of someone going like this with a screwdriver. You might be putting something together at this time, Virgo, building something. I also got like a vision of a very bright silhouette figure, no face, just light. You might have ancestral visits at this time, high spiritual activity around you. I'm also getting mediumship. Very specific messages, you guys. Okay, moving on. Show me Virgo, month of June. Show me Virgo. Six of Swords in reverse. You forgot part of the deck. They told me. Look behind you. Show me Virgo. High Priestess. That fell on the ground. Death. Four of Cups, Queen of Cups. This just got interesting. Seven of Wands, Three of Swords, Knight of Swords, the World. High Priestess. Couple things. Okay, you might be resisting your spiritual gifts at this time. They might be heightened. And I think it's because you have a visitor. It feels like, because you know we had that ancestral channeling. It feels like you might be connecting with a past ancestor. Might be freaking you out a bit. Or another storyline is like, you know who this is. They're trying to connect with you from the other realm and you don't want it. Okay? There's also a message of connecting with someone from the other side. That's your ancestor. Because they miss you and you miss them. But also they want to give a message to you, and it has something in regards to another family member's health or your own health. You also might be called to be pulled in a direction that's going to make a significant amount of change. You also know that there might be someone around you. It could be a spouse, but doesn't have to be, that might resist this change or block you from leaving. Knight of Swords. Okay, very specific message, Virgo, and they might block you from leaving because they emotionally manipulate you by giving you something that you want. So whatever that is. Death, sex, and taxes. Could be that. In regards to that, Scorpio energy here. But then the Ace of Cups is here. So there's love here. The Emperor. Two of Pentacles. King of Wands. Four of Wands. My wrist just got tight. Oof. I'm trying to figure out what they're wanting to say, because I'm getting a little thrown off by the different archetypes. So I see cups, right? And then I see wands. Not a whole lot of pentacles. Not a whole lot of, like, oh, I guess the Knight of Swords is there. So I guess that's the main thing. The only pentacle energy is the Two of Pentacles. Which tells me that your money might be, like, in flux. It might even be tied to a house or a move. Okay, Virgo, you know what the universe is doing to you? I figured it out. So this is like consistently coming up in everyone's readings, you guys. So please keep this in mind while you're getting personal readings and you're watching readers on YouTube. The universe does not want you to know about something before you make a choice, and I feel like you're not making that choice until you know something. Unfortunate, right? And so when it comes to the financial money part, that's what's lacking in your reading. And I got a vision of like a tidal wave, but it wasn't like a crazy tidal wave. It was basically just like, you know how the tide goes out? Imagine like your money, like it being like that. The money is going out and then it's a long wait for the builds, and then this huge wave comes. And so I think that's what's going to happen once you make that choice. However, you're not going to be able to figure out this pentacle energy until you actually move and make that choice. I know it sounds ridiculous because I'm also hearing how. You're like looking at like resources, and I think you're thinking a little bit too much on like the money side and not enough on like, you know, donations, nonprofits, gifting, those kind of things. I also see like a friend pulling through for you. Could be a fire sign or a water sign, but doesn't have to be. They could be an entrepreneur. They could have a child. You might have partnered with this person before on something. It could have been work or project related. There could have been a contract involved. You give this person a lot of confidence and good advice, and vice versa. So I actually think this could turn out really well if you don't overthink it, Virgo, which I know is very hard for Virgos. Virgo moon here. It'll be the death of me. It really will. Okay. We got to move on to 7323. Taurus. So air, fire, earth. And then we'll do water. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Sound good, you guys? Okay. Show me Taurus for the month of June. I saw white boat shoes. Sperry's. That's specific. I love Sperry's. I'm seeing the Strength card. Deep breaths, Taurus. Okay, they really want me to say that. Heart activation. I did feel like a tightness in my chest, But I couldn't really comprehend. Like, it didn't feel like a panic attack. It didn't feel like grief. It didn't feel like sadness, heaviest, but I guess kind of. It feels like a bittersweet moment, whatever this is, Taurus. Okay. What are you saying, shadowy optimism? Show me Taurus for the month of June. The Magician. Show me Taurus for the month of June. The Lovers. Oh, Two of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Six of Cups. Show me more for Taurus. Queen of Swords. Four of Cups. Ah, that's also one of my least favorite cards. Seven of Cups. Okay. Why do I feel like I'm burning up, you guys? It might be hot wherever you're traveling, or I don't know, just where you live. What's that about? Oh, interesting. One second. I like when you report someone, it says, if you feel like you're being threatened, contact law enforcement. What the fuck are they gonna do? Let's be real. That's hilarious. Okay. You know, like, when you call like any kind of company, say T-Mobile, for a problem, and they keep like referring you to like the next line or like the next service, what do they call it, department or whatever. That's what I feel like the government does. They're like, oh, go here, they can solve your problem. Oh, you feel threatened, you feel unsafe, and blah blah blah. Just call the police. And then what do the police say? Oh, the law says blah blah blah. We can't have too much involvement, or there's a defunding. You know, like all kinds of things. Or they're like, oh, go to the judge and file a blah blah blah, and then we can do something. Why? Why? Who created these shitty symptoms? It is a symptom. Systems. It is a symptom. Yeah, a lot of what we're seeing in society. Am I channeling Taurus? I think I'm channeling. So I feel like, okay, specific. There's something that you're wanting to manifest and build. This might be like a sanctuary or like a healing place for some people. And if it's not that, this could just be specifically for yourself, where you're seeking healing in some kind of oasis. I don't know what that's about. But we have the Four of Cups here. So there's like a level of boredom and apathy or some kind of discontentment with whatever you're dealing with. I feel like you're getting advice about it, but you don't like the advice that you're getting. You're more about wanting to take that action, boss. I don't know why they wanted to say it like that, but Eight of Wands here. You are learning some kind of spiritual lesson, and it has a lot to do with how you make money, how you nurture your money, but also your priorities. So you might be looking at working with friends. If it's not friends, it could be like a networking situation or a family member. Doesn't have to be. And I feel like you might notice that sometimes you have an issue with trying to strategize your way towards success without enjoying it. Like, it almost like success stresses you out. I don't know what that's about. More money, more problems is what I heard, Taurus. So, rethinking on how you handle your money, make your money, move your money. I think that's going to be highlighted for the month of June for you. Sounds good. That's what I got for you, Taurus. 8031. Pisces. Show me Pisces for the month of June. Okay, I saw a piano. They're not going to be able to relate to that. So they're giving like me a vision of, I guess you could look this up, but it's locally around me ish. It's an area in Washington called the Puget Sound, and more specifically zooming in Ruston Way, where there's like a boardwalk and water, that kind of area is being highlighted. So I don't know. I guess depending where you live, if you have something like that, maybe that resonates with you, Pisces. Or I could be talking to a very specific Pisces. And then I guess I'll add this, but I feel like it's so personal to me also. I'm on the cusp, so this might be also channeling some of my energy. But it's a song I've been listening to. It's also by a local Washington artist. Go check him out. His name is Keys Open Doors. And the song is called Down by the Bay. It's pretty good. That's the only part I remember. I don't remember other parts of the lyrics, but it's pretty good. He's got good flow to his music. Okay, well, we'll get into the cards. Show me Pisces for the month of June. Show me Pisces for the month of June. Whoa, 2 of Wands. That's a lot. You gotta reshuffle. Feeling pulled into a specific direction is possibly spirit-led. I consider Temperance Archangel Michael. That's just me. That's just me. The Sun. Show me more for Pisces. Page of Swords. Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. 6 of Wands. Page of Swords. The Sun. My stomach is growling, you guys. So you might be looking at a possible move to have more success. This could be in regards to a child. If it's not a child, it could just be due to relationship. But also, if you're having like a money insecurity issue, you might think like moving to a different location might financially help you. I do think you're going to be led there. And I do think you're answering the call. You haven't found it yet, but you're gonna. And you might be realizing that you actually either have like a corrupt boss or a very controlling, micromanaging, mean boss. And you're realizing the money that you make at wherever you're at now might not be the best situation for you because it's actually overburdening you. And then there's something about looking at a father figure who might have chose something similar to you. And that's where it stops. I don't know what they were trying to lead that towards. Okay. And then there's something about okay, that's very specific. Not taking your father's wounds or burdens as your own. Like there might have been like an expectation, obligation, or some kind of pressure in that way. I don't think you need to carry it anymore. And like I said, I think you're being led by spirit to the right place. Okay, Pisces. Cancer, 8605. Show me Cancer for the month of June. I got like a whiff of, it smells like Hemp's pineapple lotion. I don't know if you guys know what that smells like, but it was like a pineapple-y sweet scent, but it felt like almost like product or cosmetic kind of smell. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hearing smooth as ice. Is that even a saying? Is it? I'm seeing a crab, which isn't shocking because that's Cancer, right? Give me something else. Seriously? They're giving me like personal references that I don't really feel like you guys would understand because I don't even remember where this came from. But it's like a personal joke, I guess, I have with my kids. And at some point when we were looking at crabs, like Washington has very rocky beaches, and if you lift the rocks, there'll be like a bunch of baby crabs sometimes. And one of my kids, someone said, I pinch. And it just became like a joke. So I heard that. I don't know what the heck that's about. So we'll get into the cards. Let's do the tarot cards. Show me Cancer for the month of June. Weird messages. I really wanted to highlight the crab. Cancer for the month of June. You might be walking sideways around something, so which is very Cancer-like, right? You gotta be more direct. Show me Cancer. Month of June. Got the Five of Swords in reverse. Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Okay, Six of Wands. The World, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. I got two different storylines here, Cancer. There could be someone around you that's super selfish, also very vindictive, and they might like have like a substance problem, but it doesn't have to be. They could just be a little delulu. Like I'm getting like almost like a sense of entitlement. I don't know what that's about. Entitlement of your success, to work with you, of time. I don't know. This person feels very overindulgent in some way, but it feels like an ego thing and for attention. And then another message of someone that's your friend that's trying to help you to kind of even out the scales in your life. This could be like completely separate of something else going on. Two stories could be true. And then I'm getting a different storyline, Cancer, where there's someone at your work that might be a little hasty with you. and you might just give them a taste of their own medicine. That's why the Six of Pentacles is here, right? Okay, this is another interesting message. I kind of like this. So that little story about someone coming at you pretty hasty, you know, if you tweak your communication just a little bit, you guys might actually end up being friends at the end of whatever this is, because I don't know, you recognize something in each other. Okay. If it's not that, there could be like a third party situation that's involved, where like they're helping you tweak your communication by dealing with whoever this is. This could be like a rude customer. I'm also hearing tenant, could be a neighbor. What else? Those are like the main ones I'm getting. Yeah, definitely see like a workplace situation. I'm also getting like a baby mama, baby daddy situation where they're just kind of selfish, doing their own thing, having fun, and you're more of the responsible one. It is what it is, right? The kids always know. You, Cancer, might be getting a gift from a mother figure or giving a gift to a mother figure. This feels like something substantial. This could also be a position, like you are thinking about promoting someone, but switch the roles if you need to. Hi, Peace. Like 5. Why my energy level is down from the last few days, feeling drained all the time? Oh, that's a great question. I'm glad that you asked. If you stick around to the end, I will get into that. How far am I into Pisces? I did 8605. Okay, I think we're going to move on to Scorpio, and that will be the end, and then we'll answer Peace's question about the energy drain, because I actually have a lot to say about that, and you're not wrong, so don't think you're crazy, okay? It's really happening. I'm also very tired. 9251. I actually didn't think that I was going to go live today, but I did kind of feel like an energy boost once again because I got a tattoo. I don't know what it does to me. It just makes me feel like, ugh, so alive. It makes me feel so alive. And I'm sure like there's certain brain chemicals that are released after you get a tattoo, right? That probably has a lot to do with it. So I'm probably having like an overload of good, happy brain chemicals right now, you guys. Show me Scorpio. Scorpio, month of June. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Scorpio. Okay. I got the beginning of, is it Kendrick Lamar? It's like, I don't know which song of it is because it's like just an intro. And I think he might do it in a few songs, but you know how he's like, I like it. I'm getting like the beginning part of that. And when I was whispering Scorpio, they were really enhancing that whisper. So I don't know if that's like a secret lover vibe or secrets in general, but it felt kind of sexy. It felt kind of sexy. Show me Scorpio. Oh, yeah. They're showing me red dress, red shoes, red lipstick. And they're saying femme fatale. What? Okay, moving on. Tarot. Show me Scorpio for the month of June. Scorpio. You're welcome, Peace. Strength. Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. There's the sexy energy. Two of Wands, Hierophant, Two of Swords, Temperance, Two of Cups. Oh, you do have a connection. A strong one. However, the month of June, if you're like in a connection with someone or you're thinking about a commitment, also getting another storyline. Can you slow down and let me finish though? Can I finish one of them, please? The month of June, you're not gonna like make a decision, and neither is the other person. So if like you're stressed about that, just wait. I don't think it's really about that. I think it's more about having fun and whatever sexy time is going on. But there is a need to have courage, bravery, but also balance. And there's like a message of like not getting too immersed in your romantic love relationship, because that's not what Spirit wants you to focus on right now. If anything, Spirit is wanting you to focus on the Hierophant. And this really does have to do with like, I mean, it could mean a lot of things, but in this spread, I'm picking up more so about spiritual beliefs, like hiring a spiritual guru, coach, that kind of thing. And leaning into that. Yes, because it's getting you into alignment. And due to that alignment, there's going to be a conversation about how you feel about something. If it's not about a specific person, this could have to do with how you feel about what you're manifesting and what you feel is coming in. I don't know what that means, but okay. That was so specific. Are there any Scorpios here? I'm like, what does that even mean? Waiting for something to happen that you feel is happening? Okay. Wheel of Fortune, Empress, Three of Swords, King of Cups. Oh, that's so specific. Okay, so Scorpio. I have like one chunk of Scorpios. Oh no, okay, they don't want me to do that. What the heck? Then how do you want me to say this? So Scorpio, whether you're a parent, biologically, blood related or not, I think you need to honor that you actually have very strong mother parental energy. There's something about you, Scorpio, and Scorpios are known for this. They're like the managers of the zodiac. Like they are, they're the ones that run the show at like a law firm or real estate, that kind of vibe. And I feel like that trait is also some kind of like parental trait that you feel with other children. And now I feel like you're seeing something, I'm hearing the news, like you come across like a news clip or an article and you feel very passionate about whatever this is. And you're seeing the issue, you're seeing the need, and you're also seeing where you can fill that need. And I think you're going to do it. You might be surprised on where this direction leads you because it's not what you originally planned, but this is the universe trying to get you into alignment due to these spiritual values and the spiritual lesson and this lifestyle that you're embodying, I guess. That's what I got for you, Scorpio. That's actually a pretty good reading. I was very skeptical when I was first getting into it, but yeah, we are at the end. But let me address Peace's comments. So he asked, why is his energy feeling down from the last few days and feeling drained all the time? There's a lot going on with the transits, you guys. I wish that I wrote up a little astrology bit at the beginning, but like I said, I didn't have this plan. However, what I do know scientifically is what's going on is that we've had a lot of solar flares. And you have to consider the the energy that's coming out of those solar flares and how they are affecting us and our physical body, right? Not everything is spiritual. There's actually real science and facts behind this to explain why we're feeling the way that we do. And as much as we are spiritual beings having a human experience, I find it hard for myself being in this industry to still acknowledge and own that I have a human body, even if I feel like I broke out of the matrix. Do you know what I'm saying? Are there any like readers and light workers that feel this way? Like, it's really hard to balance. Some days you're just kind of like, what is the point? And you're seeing everybody else running this rat race, right? And so there is like a huge purpose to like the solar flares and the astrological transits and shifts that we're experiencing. It's all supposed to be moving us into basically like a revolution, huge change in technology, health, our identity. You're going to be seeing people move. You're going to be seeing like different kind of friend groups. You're going to be seeing like new businesses and nonprofits being built due to a lot of our economy issues. And we can talk about this all day, you guys. Like literally every system and industry. And that's very Pluto and Aquarius energy, right? As an Aquarius, I feel like I have to say this message for the collective. Like it is meant for me to say, because this is our time to be alive. We've been waiting for this. Like for an Aquarius, this kind of feels like really moving into our power and owning it, and no longer being like the scapegoat, black sheep, the odd person out, because we're known to be like the lone wolf, but like the popular loner, where our friend groups are really important, right? And I found that to be true. Like I have a lot of acquaintances and random people I know. I have like a big outer circle, right? Lots of huge family from both sides of my family. But my actual people that are close to me that really know me, where I can call them at an emergency, or I can just tell them my thoughts and what I feel, anything. That circle is very small, and I've refined it again and again over the years. So that's what the universe is conspiring to do with us due to the solar flares, everything else going on. And I was watching another reader. I have taken a tarot class from her before. Her name is MJ. I think it's Soulful Revolution on YouTube. She's pretty good. She has like a different flair in the way that she goes about and expresses things. And like, I did take like some of that with me, but not everything. But she did mention the solar flares, and she also mentioned the reason why, you know, like how the universe puts us in a certain position. Like, why am I so tired? Well, to be tired means to rest. And we need to rest because they're going to require more work from us. So if you're also a psychic reader, light worker, whatever you want to call it, also empaths, you're more sensitive. If you feel like you can pick up on other people's feelings, if you feel like people just come to you and cry, then you're probably an empath and you don't even know it. I experienced that for years, and I could never figure it out until like I got more into spirituality, and I'm like, oh, you know, this actually makes sense, and maybe that's not a disturbing thing, and I can actually hone in on that gift and help people. Not everybody knows that, but we're gonna be put to lead. The spiritual community is going to lead pretty much everybody else, because at some point, and this has a lot to do with the AI and technology advancement that we're seeing, at some point we're not going to be able to see what's real and what's not real. Now, who is going to be able to do that? Psychics, obviously. So we're going to be here to help you guys out to grow that intuitive muscle and your discernment, and so that you're not falling for scams and ads with everybody that wants to be a reader online, or people that are using ChatGPT as their therapist or as their birth chart reader or astrologer, or tarot reader. I've tried that myself just to see how accurate it was. And me and Miriam have been doing a little experiment, but I don't want to announce it because I don't think this is public information quite yet. But we are looking into, you know, AI and like how far can this really go in the spiritual industry? You know what I'm saying? Like, can this be used in a good way without it being a problem and freaking people out, or it deceiving people, you know. I could go into so many topics with this AI thing, but I hope that answered your question piece. I know like it kind of led into a bunch of different subjects, but it is all interconnected. But I guess the summary, scientifically, it's because of solar flares. Spiritually, it's because we're supposed to rest. And high spiritual activity, usually we've had an aurora here. I also named my dog after, obviously, the Northern Lights. Everybody says that. But it's also a Disney princess, and that's probably one of my favorite movies. But anyway, we had some aurora sightings out here, and that it's very high energy, high radiation. And you got to think about, like, you know, well, what does that do to us environmentally and to our physical bodies long term, especially if we're seeing a lot of it. Now, did you guys see the earthquake situation? There was about like what, 30 earthquakes within a few hours, something like that. Don't quote me, but it was like something extravagant like that. And then Miriam's been like, she's been watching this for years, you guys. She's been sending me articles about like possible tsunamis and volcanic activity. They've been saying this for a while. Especially in Washington. Like, they've always said that a tsunami was going to crash over us and take over, like, basically the coast of Washington. So if you're in Seattle, you're basically effed. And pretty much anywhere near the water would really suck. But who knows, really? Like, and what are we going to do? Even if we did know exactly what was going to happen and the purpose of this all, then what? Like, it's kind of funny because it reminds me of the Hanged Man card. Surrender. It feels, as a human, it's scary, I think, for humans to feel out of control, right? And I think that's what the message is. So I'm going to end it here, you guys. Thanks for joining. For those that were available and able to catch me on time, to those that are new, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully we can consistently see each other. I am looking to hire volunteer moderators because Polly is so far my only one. And of course, I don't expect him to be available all the time. But for those that are consistently on the lives and comment, and I'm usually very attentive about that, so I'll probably see you if you've done it more than a few times. If you would like to be part of the community and help moderate, I would appreciate it so much. Otherwise, you guys have a happy Wednesday. Have a good rest of your week. I have no scheduling plans as of now of when I will next be live, but when I do know, I'll let you know. Otherwise, keep your notifications on. Personally, you guys, like, you guys might want to know this just in case that you find me on Instagram. If you have an Instagram, go ahead and find me there. I do like to connect more one-on-one with my clients and my followers, subscribers. And I just think it's more personal, and I like to get like really deep with my clients. And if you're interested in getting a tarot reading or doing spiritual coaching, I'm all for it. Go ahead and DM me, but I keep all my notifications off, you guys, and that's just what I found that personally works best with me, with my boundaries, being that I run so many different platforms. You know, I'm remote a lot of the time, and if I had all my notifications on for everything, it would drive me freaking bonkers, you guys. I, like, normally get over sensory, I want to say sensorized, but I don't feel like that's a word. I have a hypersensory issue, like overstimulation. That's the word. Overstimulation. I do meditate a lot. That kind of helps, but I would say that's just kind of my energy. I know some people can find it annoying, but to be honest, you guys, when it comes to like being a tarot reader, like a real life one, I do have a life. And authentic tarot readers, they don't sit around and wait all day for someone to get a reading from them, and then you message them and they're like, oh my God, yeah, let me get like $5 out of you. Like, it's not like that. And I don't, you know, read for desperation. I will never reach out. No, I have reached out to people for like, but it's usually free, or it's a barter or exchange, or it's because I see that they're going through something and could probably use one with their consent. Obviously, I'm not going to push a reading on people like you might see bots and scams that you might get on like TikTok or whatever, where they're like, oh, I felt your energy. divine beloved, like something like that, you know? You'll never see me say that in that way. Like, you'll know it's me, okay? And I'm not even like big enough for that to even be an issue. I was gonna say no one's trying to be like me, but that's actually not true. It's actually not true. As an Aquarius, that's kind of our story, right? But it is what it is. Maybe one day, I don't know, I guess haters means that you're winning. I guess admiration is a compliment. I don't know. I don't know. At what point does it get kind of crazy, though, right? But I also am on TikTok. I don't even know what's going on with TikTok, you guys. But I'd say I'm pretty consistent there. But YouTube, I'm trying to make my main platform. Instagram, I want to use more for one-on-one interaction, but also like my posts are more educational, tarot, astrology, spiritual type of posts for I would say it's like more of my loyal circle, the people that have kind of been around through my journey. Because when I started doing tarot, I was more so on Instagram and Facebook groups, and that's kind of how I started with my practicing. And then I started doing live readings with some other readers that read for me. And it's been crazy just seeing how far we've all come on our journey and everything that's transpired. Like, honestly, it started because one day I left my corporate job and I was like, well, what am I going to do now? And so I ended up just going full blown into entrepreneurship. And I was like, well, you know, obviously this helps and has a purpose and I want to be able to utilize it. But it was like a rough transition, like, you know, that mindset, especially like being in Pluto and Capricorn, where like, you know, that hard work, hustle until you're dead kind of feeling, like it was killing me, you guys. So I'm still trying to navigate my way through it, but a lot of it is a mindset thing and a society thing, because unless you're around other people that do stuff like this, or even if they're a creator, entrepreneur, or small business, you know how much energy you put into this because you really enjoy doing it and you love it. Not only that, but it's so much better to like be your own boss compared to like working for someone else. However, the security of like a consistent paycheck is nice, right? And that's kind of like the struggles that I went through internally, also externally, when I was getting into this. But if you guys are curious more about my background, how I got into tarot, how I started being a reader, because not everybody that gets into tarot is a reader, and nor do I totally recommend it, to be honest. Like, I do want to make more videos on why that is, different topics on spirituality and things like that. I just haven't gotten around to it. You know, we're not in a rush, but that's it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. You guys take care. I'm probably going to eat a snack.